No, for all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, very good morning to all. Now let us start with the today's session here. So in the last class, we discussed about the definitions of graphics and the definitions of graphics and can you tell me anyone what do you mean by the computer graphics? Computer graphics means what exactly? The process. Um, yeah, computer. What do you mean by the computer graphics? Any computer graphics? So we can say that the computer graphics is a creation, manipulation, and storage of geometric objects and
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes,
You're
yes.
not audible, ma'am. Your voice is too low.
Now,
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
now, okay, okay, pa.
Okay, ma'am.
So in the last class, we discussed about the definition of computer graphics and applications of computer graphics. So when we are talking about the definitions of computer graphics, we can say that it's a creation, manipulation, and storage of geometric objects and their images. Where you are going to display those images are to be in display on either on the screens or by using some of the hard copy devices, or we can also say that output devices here. That is what the definitions of in the computer graphics. So the next is, after that we also discussed about what do you mean by the applications of different applications of computer graphics, where you can see the different types of in the application computer graphics. So there are several applications of computer graphics. That is, first one is computer aided design CAD. Second one is the presentation graphics. Third one is computer art. Fourth one is entertainment. In the entertainment, we have we discussed about the animations and games. And next is education and training. Next is visualization. That means how the scientific and business data can be visualized. Next is image processing. And another one is the graphical user interfaces. So these are all some of the applications that what we discussed in the yesterday class. Then after that, we have started with the video display devices. So there will be the different types of the video display devices here. So that is what actually. So first one is, it was CRT. We have mentioned some of the output devices, like first one it was CRT, cathode ray tube. Next is raster scan system, and another one is random scan system, and next is the color CRT and flat monitor. These are all some of the several output display devices. So the today we'll take up one by one these video display devices. So here, so let us move to the next topic, that is about the overview of the graphics system. So here, in this overview of the graphic systems, here we'll discuss about the different types of video display devices, raster scan systems, and graphics workstation and viewing systems, and several input devices, and also the odd copy devices. These are all the main topics that which will be covered in the overview of graphic system. So the today we'll be concentrating on video display devices. We'll be concentrating on what exactly the video, different types of and the video display devices. So what is the main objective of this studying of this video display devices? So we can understand which are the important the display devices and the input devices here, and we can also understand how that output devices are used to make the computer graphics to be work, and we can also understand how input devices are very important for the computer graphics work. So these are all the main learning objective of this particular the overview of graphic system. Now in this section, so the now let us in the case of overview of the graphic system, so now let us discuss about what and all the different types of and the video display devices are there. Along with that, So that is cathode ray tubes, and along with that we'll also discuss about the raster scan systems, random scan systems. These are all the some of the, if you all of you note down this, different types of video display devices. First one is the cathode ray tube, next is raster scan display, next is random scan display, next color CRT display, next flat panel display, and three-dimensional viewing devices, and stereoscopic and virtual reality system. These are all the some of the video display devices. So here the first is, let us start with the first type of video display devices, that is cathode ray tube. So the cathode ray tube, this diagram is very important. Okay, this diagram is very important, students. Cathode ray tube, this is a basic design of the cathode ray tube. CRT here, the CRT stands for the cathode ray tube. We know that for any primary output video display devices of any graphic system is our video monitor. Okay, the video monitor means the monitor. Any graphic system, the primary output device for the any graphic system is the video monitor. The operation of this video monitor, it depends on or depends upon the basic CRT model. This is what we are seeing on the screen, is the basic CRT model. CRT stands for the cathode ray tubes. Now let us discuss in detail about this CRT model here. So as I told that the CRT stands for cathode ray tube. Okay. So in the diagram you can see that there will be it consisting of this cathode ray tube, or basic operation of this cathode ray tube diagram, which consisting of the base here. For this particular the base, the connecting pins are connected. That is what we call that as the connector pins here. And so you can see that there will be actually the bulb size the tube here. So this particular, this is usually will be called actually the screen here. And this screen is coated with the phosphorus coated screen here. You can see that this screen is coated with what exactly? The phosphorus coated screen. So to this base, you can see that to this particular the base, the electron, you can see there were the inside that after the base, there is another the portion of the diagram which we call this as the electron guns here. So these electron guns are connected to a base, and these electronic guns are connected to this what exactly? Connected to this base here. And this electron guns, what it will do? This electron guns will generate the electronic beams. This electron gun will generate the electron beams, and that must be passes through this focusing systems and also as well as the magnetic deflection coil. Okay, so and this electronic beams are passes through the focusing anode, and also it must be passes through the magnetic deflection coil. And these two, what this focusing system and this magnetic deflection coil, what is the job of these two is that these two will direct this electron beams are generated from the electron guns. Okay, electron beams are generated from the electron guns. It will direct, or it will forward, or it will traverse to the what exactly? The phosphorus coated screen here. That means here you can see that electron beams are generated from the electron guns, and with these electron beams are passes through this focusing system and magnetic coils, and after passing through this focusing system and magnetic coil, it will emit, or it will hit the what exactly? It will hit this phosphorus coated screen here. Once this electronic beams hit the phosphorus coated screen, so here once it hits the phosphorus coated screen, for this you can see there will be a light, or there will be a spot on that particular the screen here. When you see that spot on the particular the screen, that is what we usually call that as the image. What images is going to be and display. So what happens once if this electronic beams hits the phosphorus coated screen? So as soon as once it hits the phosphorus coated screens, there will be a light on the screen, and that light will not be permanently and present on the screen. So as soon as once it hits, that light will be on, and immediately rapidly it will go off here. That process usually will be called actually the flickering here or the flicker method. So now the question is that, so once if the electronic beams, as soon as once as electronic beams hits the phosphorus coated screen, the light must be presented on the screen so that the user can view that images on the screen continuously. But the problem is that here in this case what will happen, once it hits the electronic beams, the light will be on, then rapidly it will go off here. Now the question is, we need to maintain that particular the picture on the screen for a continuous manner or for continuously. How to do that? In order to maintain the screen, that means in order to make the picture to be free from flickering. Okay, free from flickering. So what we have to do is that there is a procedure we need to follow that. What is that procedure means? To maintain that light on the screen, we need to keep on repeatedly sending the electronic beam on the same path here. That means when you are sending this electronic beam on the same path, we need to keep on sending the electronic beam on the same path so that the light will be what exactly? So that it emits the light always, so that the light will be emitted always here. So this procedure or this process is usually will be called as and what exactly? Refresh CRT. Got it? This procedure is usually will be called actually the CRT. That means totally the electron guns which are electron beams are generated from the electron guns are passes through the focusing system and magnetic deflection coil, and then it hits the phosphorus coated screen. When it hits the phosphorus coated screen, there will be a light emits on the screen here. But that light will not be live for a longer period of the time here. It will go rapidly or rapidly it will go off. To maintain the screen or the picture on the screen here, there we need to follow the one of the procedure, that is we need to keep on sending an electronic beam on the same path so that the light will be emitted for always here. So this procedure is usually will be called as and what exactly? Refresh CRT. Okay. So that procedure is usually will be called actually the refresh CRT. This is the basic operations of what exactly? The CRT. Now here as I told that there will be actually the electronic guns here. Now let us see the operation or the internal organization of this electron gun. Are you following, students? Are you there, students? Dear students, all of you, are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Ma'am.
Here, this diagram, it shows the what exactly? Basic design of this CRT. Now here inside this, you can see the component of the CRT is
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Okay. That diagram is very important, ma. CRT diagram is there, no? Both the diagram. So I'll show you once again. Both the diagrams are very important. So this diagram, it shows the basic design of the CRT. This diagram, it shows the internal organization or the internal operation of electron gun. Okay. Is there any doubt in CRT, random scan display system and raster scan display system? Any doubt?